listen, she's a beautiful young lady. And there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA. But when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. It's not going to work with people. Whether it's right or wrong, it's not going to work. And when you do stuff like that and you're drawing attention to yourself because of that, that can be problematic for you.
Angel Reese, the basketball sensation who'd built her brand on confidence and controversy, posted what she thought would be a show-stopping photo. Instead, it stopped her career dead in its tracks. The internet exploded. Comments flooded in.
Here's the part that I like about the backlash. Clearly, it's something that a lot of people can't take. So if it's something that you can't take, maybe you shouldn't expose yourself to the backlash and provoking the backlash.
Let's wind back the clock to New Year's Eve 2024. While most people were getting ready to celebrate, Angel Reese was about to spark a controversy that would have Stephen A. Smith questioning everything about her future. The LSU star, known for her bold moves both on and off the court, posted what she thought would be a show-stopping New Year's photo. Instead, it stopped her career momentum dead in its tracks. Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back. Listen, she's a beautiful young lady, and there's a lot of beautiful young ladies in the WNBA, but when you do that, you can't come down the line and complain about being objectified later on. But here's what most people missed. This wasn't just about one controversial post. The internet exploded faster than a championship buzzer beater. Comments poured in from everywhere, and not in a good way. Even Reese's diehard supporters couldn't defend this one. The photo itself, let's just say it had people doing double takes.
Let's go.
Especially when the comparison is going to be drawn to Caitlin Clark, who isn't doing such things. That might not be fair. I'm not saying it is. And you certainly have the right to dress how you want and to do what you want and to live your life. But people have a right to have their opinions about what you put on display. And if they don't like it and they believe that it's not the right thing for you to be doing when you talk about building your brand, I don't know how you can argue that, Tori. My daughters are fully aware. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. Nah, I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters. Right. I promise you. I better not see that. They could be in college in LA, in Boston, or anywhere in between. Daddy will drop the mic, hop in the car, on the plane, or wherever. That ain't gonna happen. You said, I'm not having it. That's me.
This wasn't your typical athlete promotion. It was something that had Stephen A. Smith channeling his inner disappointed father. My daughters are fully aware, Smith declared. Daddy had better damn well not see an outfit like that on social media. I ain't judging Angel Reese. Live your life. I'm talking about my daughters. Coming from a man known for his hot takes, this was different. This was personal.
She deleted her Instagram, and that's the most important part about all of this, because clearly she's uncomfortable with some of the backlash that she's getting because she deleted her Instagram.
As the backlash intensified, something unprecedented happened. Angel Reese, the social media powerhouse with over 5 million followers, suddenly vanished from Instagram. No explanation. Smith zeroed in on this moment. She's clearly uncomfortable with some of the backlash that she's getting because she deleted her Instagram.
Let's call it what it is. I am not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is, by pulling it down, clearly you felt there was something wrong with it. Yes, you are 22. Yes, you are young. And there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough, especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows there's social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady. She's very smart, very accomplished. And on top of it all, she is in this age where she does know social media exists. And she has exploited it to her advantage. And so when you take that into consideration, that means you're mindful of the imagery and the perception that you're assisting in creating about yourself.
Reese isn't just any athlete. At 22 years old, she's been building her brand on confidence, controversy, and pushing boundaries. So why did this particular moment break her? Stephen A. Smith, never one to miss a teaching moment, broke it down perfectly. She knows social media. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant young lady, very smart, very accomplished. But then came the hammer. When you take that into consideration, that means you're mindful of the imagery and the perception that you're resisting and creating about yourself. This is where the story takes an unexpected turn. Because it's not just about one controversial post or even about social media, it's about the stark contrast between two paths in women's basketball.
Here's what I have a problem with, Tori. Angel Reese, in doing the things that she has done, let's face reality. She's going to be attached to Caitlin Clark to some degree. If Angel Reese had never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa for in the Final Four of the national championship, if that hadn't happened, Angel Reese's name might not be as big.
Smith didn't pull any punches when he said.
But what's not debatable is the fact that Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Like that photo right there.
Enter Caitlin Clark. While Reese was dealing with this self-made crisis, Clark was quietly building an empire. Speaking at women's forums in Massachusetts, hanging with NFL stars Jason and Travis Kelce on their podcast, breaking records, setting standards, making history. Smith didn't pull any punches with a comparison. What's not debatable is the fact that Caitlin Clark has handled her branding extremely well. Whereas with Angel Reese, sometimes you find yourself scratching your head and wondering what the hell she's doing. Now let's talk about what's really at stake here. Before this controversy, Reese was sitting pretty with endorsement deals from major brands like Reebok, Beats by Dre, and Amazon. We're talking about an estimated $1.8 million in deals. But here's the part that should keep Reese up at night. Brands aren't exactly lining up to be associated with controversy.
You have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese. And you will always be picked apart, unfortunately. It comes with the crown. You're a queen. You're beautiful. So you just have to remember that if you aren't ready for the scrutiny, if you're not ready for the heat, then, you just got to be mindful that what comes with it.
As Smith pointed out, when you do stuff like that and draw attention to yourself, that can be problematic for you. He wasn't just talking about social media followers. He was talking about dollars and cents. But wait, it gets even more serious.
Number two, she was seen doing various interviews and what have you, talking about threats, talking about insults, crying about how people were coming at her with such venom and hostility, particularly in her last year at LSU, before she ultimately graduated to the pros. She brought up all of these things, which means she was aware of it. And if you're aware of it, you have to understand that that's going to be part of the judgment that comes against you, fair or unfair. That's what I'm saying, Tori.
WNBA teams were watching too. Smith revealed the uncomfortable truth. The bosses are always watching, whether directly or indirectly. In professional sports, your reputation isn't just about what you do on the court. It's about every move you make off it. Think about it. Teams aren't just investing in your jump shot. They're investing in your brand, your reliability, your judgment. And right now, Reese's stock isn't exactly trending upward. This isn't the first time Reese has found herself in hot water. Remember the hand-waving incident during the LSU-Iowa game? That's what put her on the map. As Smith noted, if Angel Reese had never waved her hand in her face when LSU was beating Iowa, Angel Reese's name might not be as big. But here's the irony. That moment made her famous, and this moment might be what undoes it all. It's like watching a championship run in reverse. Smith's guest added a crucial perspective. Younger kids right now are not able to see 40 years from now. You post that photo, you're not thinking, what's this going to do to me 40 years from now? This hits at the heart of the matter, the difference between viral fame and lasting legacy.
Caitlin Clark, the reason I bring up Caitlin Clark is because they're attached at the hip with one another, which means they're ultimately going to be compared, Tori. And when you look at Caitlin Clark is balling. She's a rookie of the year. She was one of the finalists for the league MVP honors as a rookie, breaking all types of records. She should have been on Team USA. She didn't choose to play in an unrivaled league. Her brand building has been incredibly impressive.
Well, we have to remember one thing. She's not Caitlin Clark. And we can't ask her to be
Right.
anyone else besides herself, and
Sure.
especially not
Sure.
right here. We're not going to do that. We want you to be you. We love seeing the great parts of your journey, but we also have to remember she's 22 years old.
The bosses are always watching. Whether directly or indirectly, there's always eyes on you, okay? And so you could be in a nice dress, you could be on a red carpet, you could be on the beach on vacation or whatever. What you post is what they're paying attention to because they're trying to measure what your intentions are based off of what they see.
In the age of instant gratification and viral moments, Reese's story is becoming a cautionary tale about the price of attention at any cost. At just 22 years old, Angel Reese stands at a crossroads. This isn't just about one post or one controversy. It's about the difference between being famous and building something that lasts. As Smith put it, you have to be cognizant that no matter how you step out of your house, you are now Angel Reese, and you will always be picked apart.
We understand that everybody's got their own taste, their own flavor, and certainly their own rights. But there are other people that's going to exercise their rights to be ultra critical about it. And then I'm not even talking about the outfit that Angel Reese has worn. I'm talking about the overall pressure of having to be compared as a brand to somebody who's conducting their branding with near perfection. That's what I'm saying. She's gonna have to deal with that, Tori, whether she likes it or not.
The question isn't whether Reese can bounce back. She's proven her resilience before. The question is whether she'll learn from this moment and choose a different path forward. Angel Reese's story isn't over yet, but one question remains. In the age of social media, where every post can make or break your career, can she rebuild what she lost in a single night?
I don't want Adidas, I don't want Nike turning her down because they don't see her as someone that's marketable, because
Neither do I.
You know, and that's the pain that I had for her in this. But I want her to know, if she's listening, we're excited to still see you. Bring back that beautiful Instagram page and just learn from it. Younger kids right now are also not able to see 40 years from now. You know, you post that photo, you're not thinking, what's this gonna do to me 40 years from now? You know, think about that. You know, when you post this, what's gonna happen to my sponsorship? And my last thing is, if you're a young member of society today and you have social media and you are big time, just remember that you need to have advisors around you. Paid advisors, as well as people who knew you before your fame.
That's great advice.
Because
that's great advice.
And the people right now who are going through this, who are facing these moments, who are thrust into the spotlight, take a look at your advisors around you. Do they have your best interest? And if you do get pushed back in this way, ask yourself, who were the people around me during that time? And what do they say about this? And keep that in mind, because your reputation, at the end of the day, you have the power over that.
The ball's in her court now. If you found this story as fascinating as we did, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Should athletes be held to a different standard on social media? We'll see you in the next video.